was a beautiful game. Oh, no.
Okay, so you guys got the video. Now the video is going to be dropped in about 5 seconds. Well, about 30-40 minutes on my YouTube page because it's kind of choppy on here. So you know they have a very strict copyright laws here on StreamYard. So I don't know, but we shall see if it's this stream is still up. So again, big shouts out to Minnesota for actually making the playoffs. Now they were already in the playoffs at the 7th spot, but just still got to make it. Okay, still got to make it. All right, you got to make the playoffs, and they were punching their ticket. So, congrats to them. So we're gonna talk a little bit of hooping. So, a little bit lighthearted, nothing serious. Pat doing what Pat always does. That's that Chicago in him. He's gonna talk his, what. Shouts out to him. Proud of him. Every single time he's played on a team, this guy's made the playoffs. Just saying. So, he made the playoffs every single time. There's something about him, his toughness, I respect it. So, read a quick little article from Slam. Again, go check out Slam. Buy the Mac. They got a good one coming out pretty soon. So, Patrick Beverly, Anthony Edwards, 30 pieces. No one can guard him. And I keep preaching that to him. The Minnesota Timberwolves clinched the 7th seed in NBA playoffs after defeating the LA Clippers. Now, I think the Clippers are still going to make the playoffs. No offense. They're that good. They're just that good. Okay. So, keeping on. And is just chilling, man. I was surprised that KG wasn't there. Why wasn't KG there? Because he's his when I think Timberwolves, I definitely think KG. Who thinks of Timberwolves without KG, right? So the Timberwolves finished the 4th quarter on a 23-11. Now they came back because they were down like 15, 16 points, man. But they came back on a 23-11 run, led by big shots from second-year star Anthony Edwards. Now he's the #1 pick out of Athens, Georgia, UGA. Shouts out to the Bulldogs. I got some friends and teammates that went to UGA to play different sports down there. Shouts out to Georgia. Okay. Veteran guard PB was proud of the young star and let reporters know how he felt about him stepping up to the big moment. No one can guard him. This is direct quote. I've been telling him that all year. I bet. Patrick Beverly gonna definitely tell you. That's one thing you ain't got to worry about. Patrick Beverly said, I don't care who plays him. I done seen the best defensive guys, and I'm one of the best defensive guys on earth. No one can guard him. Credit to him, his hard work and patience at a young age, understanding what comes with the game. This is his moment. He deserves all of it. I agree. He's a great player, and I think he's going to be special. Shouts out to Edwards, man. Shouts out to him. Definitely. Big shouts out to him. The Timberwolves will meet the second seed Memphis Grizzlies in the first round of the playoffs, April 16th. Grizzly superstar Ja Morant was excited to finally see who the first round matchup would be and made sure to show some love on Twitter, shouting out Edwards. Yep. Now, we got the perfunctory out the way. Do I think that the Memphis Grizzlies can actually beat? Is it in the cards? Is it in the numbers, as they say? Yeah, it's a possibility. They got a good team. They've got a very good team. However, you have to look at things in a little bit deeper level than just your exoteric. You got to look at it more of an esoteric. What does it represent? Okay. The Lakers originally came from Minnesota, which is why they're called the Lakers. Now they're in LA. But you have the Lakers, which connects to Phoenician lore, things of that nature. Minnesota. I don't know why they didn't take up some type of aquatic name, but they decided to name themselves the Timberwolves. So be it. I like their jerseys, the purple ones for Prince. But they're an interesting group. So we shall see. I'm going to actually do a lot of evaluation. I'm going to talk to some people to see what they think will actually occur. Not just my opinion. And they have more astute knowledge of the numbers. And not just talking about the numbers that you see in a newspaper or you see on betting sites, because that's all malarkey. They throw those numbers out there for people to go and waste their time, because you're never going to get an accurate betting line, specifically those that really know what's going to happen. They just put that out there for you to be fools to go and bet using the bet. Look, if you know how to use that system, go ahead, but I'm not going to waste my time with that, because they have too many variables that you just don't know about. So the Timberwolves have a good team. Now, I can't say some things about some of the players. I've actually met some of the players when they were in college. So I'm just going to keep it respectful for the Timberwolves. Okay. You're not going to hear me saying anything negative about them. Okay. I'm proud of them. I didn't know that they hadn't been to the playoffs since 18, because that was the year Jimmy Butler was hooping with them. So let's switch the track up. JB was hooping with him. JB was doing his thing. Jimmy Butler. He gave him that toughness, that grit, that that hard working mentality. I think they could have kept him, but they didn't. So be it. Jimmy Butler was doing his thing. Okay, now he's playing in Miami. Oof. Now, I don't think Minnesota can beat Miami. That's just my opinion. But at the end of the day, man, hey, they will face Memphis. There's a possibility they can knock them off. I want Cat to do really well. I want Patrick Beverly to do well. Edwards to do very well. Russell, I wish them very well. Okay, because they have been doing a great job all season long. Russell's going through some injuries. I think he can get back to all-star form. Shouts out to him. But come on, Pat. That was a little excessive, that celebration now. You got to know that. That was more than a little excessive. Brother, you were running up there like you just got through winning the SEC championship, man. Shouting and screaming like he just won the NCAA championship. D2 or D1. Jeez, bruh. But at the end of the day, I understand your excitement because you have not missed the playoffs. I'm gonna look at your page to see if you missed the playoffs in your career. I don't think Patrick Beverly misses the playoffs, and that's a major feat. Something that I can respect. That brother puts in work. Evan puts in work, man. Jeez, has he missed the playoffs? If you guys know if he missed the playoffs, drop a comment in the chat right now, and we'll discuss that. I don't think he missed the playoffs when he was hooping. I don't think he missed the playoffs when he was hooping in LA. Sheesh. No, I don't think Pat Beverly ever missed the playoffs. Doggone. Hold on. Hold on. Check to see whether Pat Bev missed the playoffs. Okay, let's pull into Google results right now. Patrick Beverly, not Pat. Why did they give me Pat O'Brien? Okay. Okay. It's showing that he's made the playoffs a bunch of years. I said missed the playoffs. You know what, Google, you're getting on my nerves. I'll just check on my own. I always do that. So we're going to get back to some more articles for the NBA. In 1 second, give me about 30 seconds. I shall return. Sorry about that. But at the end of the day, let's get back into it. All right. So, next, unfortunately, we've got to actually go to something a little more serious. All right, brothers. So, strap your hard hats on and let's go into something a little bit less fun to talk about. But the good thing is that, no serious injuries had occurred. And we're going to switch over to Yahoo. So this is from Yahoo, and this is on the subway shootings. Again, I'm not here to pass gossip, rumors, or anything like that. I'm just showing you what they have actually out since I am not in Brooklyn. Brooklyn subway shootings, everything we know about the attack. Now, this was at 10:08 a.m., so they updated. So we'll go to the next article in a second. Multiple people were shot outside BK subway station, where authorities found several, undetonated devices on Tuesday morning. Police responded to 36th Street, really? Okay. 36th Street station in Sunset, really? Okay. Sunset Park neighborhood at about 8:30 a.m. After receiving reports of smoke inside the station, at least 5 people sustained gunshots. Pray for them. According to local reports, there were 13 injured, have been taken to the hospital, and the fire department of New York says. The unnamed law enforcement told the New York Times police after searching for a man wearing gas mask and an orange construction vest. Another law enforcement source briefed on the situation said preliminary information suggests the suspect was dressed in construction attire, according to the Associated Press. Sources said to the masked man threw a device in the air and began shooting, striking several commuters. So graphic photos posted on Twitter show injured commuters covered in blood. Witness Roddy Brook or Broke. Roddy Broke. Either shoots or either shoots or a bomb went off at 36th Street. Scariest moment of my life, man. So we're going to the next article. Yeah, that's interesting. So this came out at 11:59 a.m. Okay. And let's see. Malfunction. Okay, there we go. Malfunction cameras appear to be hindering the hunt for the gunman, but they recently just said that they found him. Again, there's rumors, so I'm just going to give you articles as I see them. So malfunction cameras, and this is one thing you guys put a little footnote in that. Okay, malfunction cameras appear to be hindering the hunt for a gunman. So they want better cameras now. Policeman named Frank James, 62, as suspect after first naming him as a person of interest after the attack. According to police, Mr. James detonated 2 smoke grenades and opened fire with a semi-automatic handgun in Brooklyn 36th Street. Yep. Another 13 people suffered injury resulting from falling down in the chaos. Smoke inhalation. Oh, hold on one second. What's up?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
just
my
going over.
Just saw he got captured early this morning.
Yeah. I was just reading that. You can't bring NBA talk in without talking about something at least serious. You can't just be,
No.
So they just captured the guy?
Yeah, they captured him early this morning, like around 8 o'clock or 8:30 this morning.
Okay, yeah, they said that in the article. They said he was a suspect at large yesterday. So
yeah, he suffered from mental illness and he's a YouTuber.
Yeah, that's putting on the news out there in New York. That's been on the news out there in New York.
And now Los Angeles County. Yep, Los Angeles County is swamping the whole metropolitan areas in Los Angeles County subways with police because they have a feel that it might be a copycat.
Yep, they don't have that on my end. I've been looking on Yahoo. I've been looking on MSN. I also looked on a few other things, but it is what it is. They put a lot of information out for you guys.
Oh well, it's
coming slow.
worldwide. It's
Yeah.
worldwide. Over the I'm seeing WeOn, the South Asian conglomerate that does world events, and they was talking about it. What you would call it? Tom Hartman was talking about it. They got to see if I know it was gonna be on his show. What you call it? Undisputable by Rashad Richie, Rashad Richie, whatever his name is, Rashad. He talked about it just yesterday.
Yeah.
And because it just came up and they still talking about it. I'm like, wow, this is the second big event in New York City in less than a year.
What was the first one?
Because the first one was the Harlem incident when 2 cops got killed.
Okay.
They responded in a domestic dispute with the assailant suffered from mental illness, and he shot up and killed 2 rookie cops.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm. I was watching live that night. I got home from work. Me and my brother and my sister was on the phone. We talked about it, and we told her, hey, tune in on this channel. Like, wow. And we was watching it on YouTube all night. And the first cop instantaneously died, but the second cop fought for his life until I think a few days. He's already dead. Like,
Yeah.
What I mean? I told my brother he was already dead. He got shot so bad that he was done. They try to find other ways to preserve him. They're like, you try to preserve a corpse. He's dead. Pull the plug.
Yeah. So what I see from this, and I briefly discussed it about for 20 seconds, was this right here. And that is malfunctioning cameras.
Yes.
So
you know what that means, right?
They want to put more cameras, so they can surveil more people, much more high-tech cameras.
Yeah, because the cameras they use are dated.
Yeah,
these are cameras that's going back to the 1990s.
Which means they want to put more cameras around you guys and more tracking. And some of the new cameras can actually look at body language. They have biometric capabilities where they can track a list of different things.
Yeah, pull this way. They do this in retail. We go to any brick and mortar retail store like Walmart.
Yeah.
Like what you would call Best Buy, like Lowe's, Home Depot, Sears. No, I'm sorry, not Sears. That don't exist no more. JCPenney's, Macy's. They have these special cameras that's so high tech. This is something that Interpol uses. This is something that your ATF, DEA, FBI uses.
Yeah.
Even the NSA uses. They've been using this for like almost 30 years. And retail.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Everything from heat, where they can actually determine infrared, so they can actually look underneath your mask and things like that to see who you are. Everything from biometric health readings, determine if you have different health issues, by your body temperature. Everything from gait recognition, so different gaits have, people walk a specific way. Everything from hand geometry, biometric recognition, so when you put your hand out, your hand has unique shape. It's a lot of stuff these cameras can actually do, including tracking vehicles, and even biometric tracking of different things that you have on you. So different insignias, different, parcels and packages. They can track where that package went, point to point, P to P. So yeah, this is interesting stuff, but 10,000 cameras spread across 472 stations. And you say they're outdated.
Yeah, they've been outdated for like, last time they were updated was like 1999. We talk about 23 years ago.
Why do you guys allow all those cameras around you? You guys don't feel... Why do you allow all those cameras?
That's I'll tell you about Northeasters. This is like this in New Jersey, Connecticut,
Yeah.
New York, what you would call it, Rhode Island, Maine, and Massachusetts, just to name a few. Yo, we feel safe with cameras on. But at the exact same time, we get upset when we go to a public establishment like a Best Buy, like Target, like Walmart, like a King Cullen, like what you would call it. Dollar Tree don't even have crazy high tech surveillance, not yet. But like those establishments and complain about, oh, they use the cameras up for your privacy. Northern Eastern Americans are so stupid, and these United States are so dumb. We get the whole damn thing twisted. There's a book coming out by Tom Hartman, the exact same guy that wrote about the healthcare. Yeah. That I'm going to try to get. He explains about Big Brother and how it's used against you now.
Oh yeah.
Now, this is the exact same guy I have to had some disagreements with on his point of views of certain things, and one of them, this was one of them. And I used to say in his comment sections like 5 to 6 years ago, like, look, Big Brother is not on your side. Oh no, you're being paranoid. That's that QAnon nonsense. So like, no, this is real. This has been an ongoing problem going back since the 1970s when they were doing high-tech phone tracking.
Oh yeah.
Okay. They would do voice. People don't understand that your government has facial recognition and voice analysis lie detectors. So when a FBI agent talking to you, right?
Yeah.
You don't even have to be in the room. They just have a van parked right across the street and have an infrared camera peers right through, as if you looking at a screen right now. Like basically like everything transparent, just to read the gestures of the facial recognition, the way how you sound and rephrase words, the way how your eyes move around when you tell the truth or when you tell the lie. A lot of people don't know this.
Yeah.
And they just want to get the sound to see this guy or gal is telling the truth when they get in question. Your police don't have this. People say, oh, but cops have this. No, they don't. They would be better policing if cops had this. I'm being honest. Cops don't have this. You know why? They get trained to be dumbed down. They basically attack dogs.
Yeah.
That's what your police are. This is not me being anti-police. I'm speaking for personal experience. I have relatives that's police. I have friends. Both retired and recurring.
Same.
And they all say the same thing, For police, people keep talking about, the police being defunded. The police is being overfunded.
Yeah.
One of the largest police forces in the United States is in New York and New Jersey. New York police force rival the Marine Corps. When you got over 438,000 police, beat walkers. We're not counting SWAT teams, we're not counting detectives. We talk about people that's on the beat. From, and patrolling the subways, Penn stations, to just on the cars. And that's all 5 boroughs. That's ridiculous. And crime rate is still bad.
Yeah. Well, again, I have some friends that I grew up with. They went one way, one went into a life of crime, the others went into police. And it was shocking. But I was like, dude, you always like playing cops and robbers, and you always a police officer. Now you're police officer now. It makes sense. But yes, Baltimore, DC, New York have some of the largest police forces and probably
in the world.
City. Yeah. They're pretty hefty.
And matter of fact, I got a book about Baltimore corrupt police. The book was published 2 years ago. And there's a TV series that's coming out right now about that. And I got the book. The book title, I Got a Monster. Basically, the rise and fall of America's most corrupted police squad. And basically, Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah, they got a big police
PD.
force and union.
And yes. Oh my goodness, yes, that's right. Can't mention about the union. I like, yo, why did they do this to New Yorkers? Like the New York PD, NYPD, it's horrible. And it's so bad now, every metro territory in New York State is just as bad as the main NYPD. From Rochelle to Yonkers, all the way up to Suffolk County, on Long Island, New York. Filthy unions. I mean, people forget that just recently the director of the police union of NY just got caught stealing money. And people say, oh, the police being the fun of, well, that's the fun of your police right there. When you got corrupt officials stealing your pensions, stealing your hard-earned union dues, because people don't understand that the NYC police do not earn a lot of money. You have to move up in rank. People don't understand police is based on ranking system. Your average police officer earns no more than $18 an hour. Doesn't matter what part of the country you are. You're not earning no more than $18 an hour. Did you know the most overly paid police officers in the country is Suffolk County? You got Suffolk County, then Nassau County, then you got San Francisco PD. Those are 3 overly paid police in the country.
Yeah, and then you also have a few other places in California, like Malibu. You also
Malibu.
Have, Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon.
Yeah, wherever that some of the richest people live in California, including Silicon Valley. They're paid very well. Very well. And then you have a few places. In Florida. Palm Springs, Jupiter, Florida. They're paid very well. But go ahead.
Your average Suffolk County officer starting yearly salary is $75,000 a year. Low crime rate in Suffolk County in Long Island, New York. Okay? Now, would it make sense to take that money and flip it and starting salaries for these NYPD? Because you know the cost of living in the city is very expensive. 90% of the cops that are policing in NYC live in those 5 boroughs. And they earning no more than $25,000 a year. They earn a teacher's salary. Okay? With a corrupt police union. And the only reason why you see huge influx of people getting hired left and right is because you could work at that job for 20 years or 10, whoever comes first, and get a guaranteed pension for the rest of your life.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, guaranteed pension. People don't understand that. That's why you saw a lot of people back in the day become teachers. They didn't have no enthusiasm being a teacher. They became teachers because it was a guaranteed pension. And then to put a stop to that, they start extending these teachers' retirement contracts. So like, okay, now you got to retire at the age of 63. What? Think about it. If you started out as a teacher at the age of 25, when I was growing up, teachers were retiring at the age of 40, 45. They were retiring around my age when I was in my adolescence. Now, teachers have to hold out till they turn 65 or 69 years old. And they can't, and their salary doesn't make the cut unless you teach special education and unless you do touring. And then on top of that, you got a lot of teachers that do day school, night school, and summer school. Because after 180 days, right, that's it. They don't get paid until the school year starts again in September.
Yeah, that's why I take up summer school. So
right.
So they'll get some extra money, and some actually go and teach at local community colleges to make a little bit extra, and some pick up extra jobs, you know. Yeah. So, and they have to have other investments. I know I have family members that are teachers. Quite a bit of my family members taught. So be it.
passion for that career. That's really not a good career. If you're looking for financial purposes, that you're wasting your time, because there's no way in hell you could earn a lot of money as a teacher, either in private schools.
Back in the day, they paid them much better. Like I said,
yeah,
a lot of my family members that did it were engineers, and they weren't going to let their black asses in the engineering field in 1950s.
Yeah. You know why?
In 1960s. So they said, I have a math degree, I might as well use it. So they did. So
damn shame.
You have to actually have a math degree in order to get your engineering degree back then. Now you just be engineer and you just take up some math courses.
Yeah, I know.
But for the most part, man, what do you think about, on a lighter note, Patrick Beverly?
Yeah, I saw that too. When you was talking to me on that, before you got a hold of me, I was watching on ESPN this morning, and I like, wait a minute. Stephen A. Smith missed the whole entire game afterwards. They was playing We Are the Champions, not the stadium, the actual broadcaster, Turner broadcaster, and they were doing confetti. I was like, you know that remind me of? That might be the Knicks game back in 2012 when they made it to the second round. And right after, I forgot what team they beat to get to the second round. They went against the Indiana Pacers. That was the first time. And they were celebrating. I was like, wait a minute, you guys didn't win no damn championship. You need to put that confetti away, at least until you get out the Eastern Conference in general.
Yeah, I remember that, man. I really was rooting for the Knicks that year. I was like, man, Carmelo's going to get the Knicks to the conference finals, man. Possibly the NBA finals. And then I got let down. They had such a good team, man. They had Jason Kidd. They had, for a time, before he got hurt, Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah.
They had Baron Davis. They had Felton. They had Ahmad Shumpert.
They had J.R. Smith. They had who was that Italian guy they had? That was a good substitute point guard. They even had Jeremy Lin.
Yeah, they were nice.
They had
everybody. Stoudemire wasn't that hurt. He was actually decent. I was like, oh, they're gonna make a good run, man. And then Roy Hibbert got that block.
Yep. Right fundamental. Mel tried to do that dunk. He's like, nope.
Like, hey, man, say it ain't so, Nick.
They're like, yo, just because you're a college champion doesn't mean you're gonna be an NBA champion.
Yeah. I really did want Melo to get to the finals with the Knicks. That would have been very exciting versus who would they play in 13?
They would have played against the Heat. They would have played
against the Spurs and they beat the Heat.
Oh, the Spurs. Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I think that the Knicks, they would have won against the Spurs because they had good shooters. And the Spurs also have good shooters. And Miami only won because my man Ray Allen actually hit that last second shot, man.
Yep. It looked like he stepped out of bounds.
Nah, he had that toe tap game. Like he's a doggone wide receiver playing for the Giants. That was nice. Didn't get that back heel down. That's Jesus Shuttlesworth, man.
Yeah.
AKA and, from
Parker. Parker was guarding him, was he?
It wouldn't matter. Ray Allen don't hit, he don't miss. Come on, man. Ray Allen, he hit so many big time shots from Boston, from Milwaukee Bucks, and now Miami. He's just nice, man. That's Jesus Shuttlesworth, man. AKA what high school did he play in He Got Game in Brooklyn? I forget the high school.
Oh,
Lincoln High School.
Lincoln High School, yep.
That's Jesus Shuttlesworth, boy. But the Knicks, man, are they in the playoffs? Or are they in the playoffs?
No, I think they might be in the play-in. Last time I checked, they was in the 11th seed.
No, they're not in the play-in game then.
Dang. Oh no, okay. Yeah, they were already knocked out because I try to remember what position the Clippers were on.
Clippers were 8th.
All right. So
Minnesota 7th. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got to play one more game. If they make it in, they make it in.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you think about this woman super gluing herself to the court during the Timberwolves Clipper game?
What?
Yeah, I'm reading an article right now.
Oh, yeah. That's who that. Oh, that's because I was just listening to the game. I didn't watch it. I was listening to the play-by-play of it. Yeah. And said there was some lady that was on the court. I guess they thought she was one of those volunteer cleaners that was cleaning up the court, wiping up their sweat or anything. I didn't know that she's gluing herself to the. Why?
It makes no sense, man. She's just trying to illness, man. Trying to get famous.
Get attention. Yeah.
I mean, last a week or so ago, Gideon, he got a haircut at the game, which went viral.
Oh my goodness.
That's Gideon. He does pranks and stuff like that. So it is what it is. So let's pull this image up of this crazy woman trying to super glue herself to the home court. And here she is. What a idiot. Who does this? Okay, so you're not trying to show the image, huh?
They probably took off. Yep, they took off. Yeah.
Taking all the image because they probably got sued against her for damaging the floor. You know how it is. It's corporate.
Yeah.
Yep, they took both of them off.
Yep, they took both of them off. NBA wants that shit off, that's why. But here's the crazy part. How the hell Cat only scored 11 points? All 42 minutes.
You didn't see the game?
No, he only could score 11 points. Who the hell guarded his ass?
Nobody. He guarded himself. Basically, what happened was I watched the game
because he got fouled out.
Yeah, he got fouled out in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes ago. So he got like 3 fouls in the first quarter.
You know what that means? That means he's not good at holding pressure. He's not good at high intensify pressure moments. That's what that tells you.
And the refs, like, look, when you go to a basketball game, there's 3 things that I've always learned. 1, learn the ref's name. The first name.
Right.
So when you have a call that you want to dispute, you just go, hey, Mitch, hey, Tom, hey, Monty, or whatever the guy's name is. And that personalizes things. So they know that you're just not calling a ref. You didn't take time to learn who their name is. And you have to learn the ref's play calls. You have to, not his play calls, but it's the way he's going to call the game. So if the ref is very stern or very relaxed, you got to know who to talk to. And sometimes the refs, they send some people that call everything. They think they're bigger than the game itself.
Yes.
And then you have some people with betting lines on the game. And at the end of the day, the refs are going to call the game for the betting line sometimes. So look at that. Doggone it, though. He got so many. Yeah, he may not be able to handle some pressure, but this is not a game for pressure. This isn't that bad of a game. They already got 7 seed. The worst they can get is 8th if they lose this game.
Yeah. Dude, they better get ready for the Grizzlies.
Man, they might get mollywopped by the Grizzlies. They may actually succeed. Depends on who gets injured on the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
That's a major.
John Morant been injured for a long while now.
Yeah. What do you think about Mark Jackson coaching the Lakers?
I feel sorry for Mark Jackson.
Why is that?
Because he is. Let me tell you something, man. You know why they got rid of him out of NBA?
Because of his comments?
Yep. You know that Alan Silver is homosexual, right?
Maybe not. He's married, right?
Not to my knowledge.
I thought he had a wife.
He represented the gay pride parade.
I know that. But I thought he had a wife, though. I could have sworn he had a wife.
Not to my knowledge.
Or is that David Stern? I think that
That's
might
David
be.
Stern.
I'm
That's
getting
the
my
Stern. That's David Stern.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I seen
Now,
David.
yeah, David Stern was always with his wife.
Yeah, I seen her. I seen her in a game
Yeah.
back in 03, 04.
Yeah.
Pistons were playing. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So
Yeah, but
that's okay.
that's
So
what I feel sorry for him because they're gonna hold that. Just like look what they did with Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd been bouncing from one team to another to be a coach because of his past transgressions. Past
talking about
transgressions.
with his wife back in the day.
Yeah, back when he was still in the Knicks.
Yeah,
that's why they forced him to retire. They forced him to retire.
He also got hurt. Jason Kidd did get hurt the last couple of years he was hooping, but
yeah,
but
he was the same because he was plagued with alcoholism and domestic dispute with his wife.
Yeah, what I know about Mark Jackson was I call him a builder coach, and some of the guys that have played in the league that I've talked to, they call him a builder coach. He'll build a franchise and a team up from nothing, and then all this hard work,
they get rid of him,
gets usurped. They get rid of him and they bring in somebody else. Because he was talking about how good the Golden State Warriors would be, and I was like, let me start looking at this team because they had taken on San Antonio in 14 in the second round. I was like, oh my god, it's good.
Yeah.
Now he can't get a job. That's your bro from the NY. You know, he does know basketball. I'll give him that. That's one thing Mark Jackson does do.
Yeah. He knows, he used to be in the Knicks.
He played for the Knicks.
He used to be in Knickerbocker. Yeah, he played for the Knicks.
I just remember him from Indiana. That's where I remember him playing.
Yeah, that's not long. Yeah, when he used to play the Knicks when it was just him, Patrick Beverly, and them.
Oh yeah, he did play for the Knicks. Yeah, that was when he was skinny.
He played for the Knicks he played for the Knicks a few seasons, and they could have won it. I think he was there at that time when they went against the back-to-back Houston Rockets with Hakeem Olajuwon, and they needed a perimeter shooter. If they would have had Reggie Miller, that would have been the end of it. The Knicks would have won their back-to-back championship.
I know.
And not to mention, by that time, Patrick Ewing was too big to guard Hakeem Olajuwon. Olajuwon was way too lanky and athletic on him and quicker.
Patrick Ewing was never nimble from his Georgetown days to I don't think he could guard Hakeem Olajuwon. No offense, no cap, but Hakeem was a different animal. That guy.
Yeah, well, nimble. Not to mention. Yeah, he was not glacial like Patrick. Patrick Ewing was too glacial compared to it. I watched the game back in '94.
Yeah,
I saw it live in '94.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. They were demonstrating scientific physics of how the body mechanics versus the other. Patrick Ewing was too heavy.
Yeah.
And he was not agile. And his footwork was off.
He was more of a plotter. He was flat-footed and he was more of a plotter. Just like most people. If you look at Patrick Ewing's shoes, shouts out to the PEs, to Patrick Ewing's dope shoes, but they're very flat. The shoes are bulky, they're very flat, they're very heavy, and that's because he has to make sure to protect his ankles, but he is flat-footed as flat-footed can
be. Flat, heavy-footed. Mm-hmm. Like, basically like Jokic.
Yeah.
Jokic, you see the way he runs? I'm like, Jokic can't run smoothly on that court. Like, what do you mean? He first of all, Jokic don't even got a vertical.
He
What do you mean?
does.
He's so flat foot. Well, barely.
He can get up about 10 inches. That is a vertical. There's people that can only jump 7 inches. So I give him credit for the 10 he has. He's almost at a ruler height. But yeah, he's got skill. I like Jokic, but he is very plodding. He's very methodical. He's not particularly.
I'm telling you right now, this is too common with Jokic because I'm seeing Golden State against him. Everybody talk about whether Steph Curry don't come back. That's what everybody's hyping. They're like, I got a feeling that Steph Curry's going to come back. Number one,
right.
Number two, I got a feeling that they might sneak in Wiseman out of the blue. Because all of a sudden he had this weird, mysterious knee swelling.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make no sense. Twice, I could say the first time months back, but again the second time, something ain't right.
Yeah. So
I think that might have been a stunt. I hope that's the case. I don't want this guy to be out indefinitely because I want to see what he really could do. Because Anthony Edwards in the Minnesota, out of the three that got drafted like 2 years ago, he's more promising.
Yeah.
It just so happens that Minnesota's a bad organization, so you're gonna waste your damn youth and prime in that damn organization.
I can't believe they only been to the playoffs 2 times in the past 18 years. Well, since Kevin Garnett left, so it has been 18 years. He left in 2007. So we can just do the math. 17, 18, 19. They made it in 18, so they didn't make it for 11 years, man. Jeez.
Think about it.
They didn't make it.
Even though it's 11 years, they had Kevin Love before Kevin Love got adopted to the Cavaliers. Kevin Love wasted his prime youth in there.
Yeah. So 7 to 18 is 11 years, and then 18 to 21. They didn't make it 19, 20, 20. They didn't make it 13 times in the past 15 years.
Dude, they never even got to the playoffs.
I know. They haven't made it 13 times in 15 years.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. Golden State made it to the playoffs almost every other year. Or almost every other damn season.
Yeah.
From 75 up till they won their the first championship back in 2015, like their 40th anniversary. Since 1975. No, I'm sorry, 35th, my bad. It was 35th. Wow. Goddamn. But I like, if they could do it almost every other damn season, and they usually get bounced around either the second or third round, Minnesota never even got to the first round in 18 years. They were the punching bag.
I remember when they first got their franchise, it was like in the 90s because they didn't have a franchise in the 80s. They got in the 90s, and my cousin was ranting and raving because he's from Minnesota about the Minnesota Timberwolves now being there. And I said, dude, you know how these franchises go? I was like, Vancouver, which was a franchise too, that was just popped up. Now they're in Memphis. But Vancouver's like, dude, they're not going to win any games. Man, you capping. And then I remember meeting Sharif Abdul-Rahim at an open court. He was hooping, and his brother Muhammad, he can hoop too. Shouts out to him. And I was like, dude, how did you deal with playing on Vancouver Grizzlies? He said, I tried my best. But yet Vancouver didn't win at all. They didn't make it to playoffs not once. So those new franchises always have a hard time making it to the playoffs, no matter what's
going on. They don't have a big market. They don't have a big money to attract good players. I tell people they need to start over with a good veteran player to attract other younger, up-and-coming stars.
They usually have
market big.
They usually have what are those drafts called? They're drafts where they draft from the league. So when a franchise starts up, Timberwolves, I think they started in 89, 90, because
Yeah.
what's the name was drafted from Detroit, Mahorn to Timberwolves, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on a
Okay.
second. I'll be right back. Hold on.
All right. I'm gonna look at this other article. Let me see. All right. So Patrick Beverly fires back at criticism over celebration. Let's see what Patrick Beverly said. Let's go to direct quotes. We don't do the, I guess you would call it the cap. We don't do the cap. I want what you directly say. Let's see this little Twitter post. That's one thing Patrick Beverly will do. He's going to speak his mind.
Oh, man. Nah, man, but I'm telling you right now. And I'm telling you right now, because I saw the Boston game last night.
Mm-hmm.
And I was shocked that they made it. But I think they got to play one more game to fully lock it down. I'm not Boston. I meant to say Brooklyn. What the hell I'm talking about?
Yeah, about to say, because Boston number 2.
Yeah. But I think he's still number 1 in the East, right? Because I've missed a couple of games. They still they locked it down. Everybody thinking that Milwaukee gonna repeat it, and I'm telling people I doubt it. This was their only year. That's gonna be their last year.
If Milwaukee runs into Heat, they'll get mollywopped like they did in the bubble tournament. They got mollywopped. They
got exposed.
And if they face the Brooklyn Nets, there's a chance. There is a chance.
Yeah.
But if they face the doggone Heat, there's no chance.
No chance, because the Heat gonna build that wall like they did back in 2000.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm saying, like, if the only problem, they had no shooters guard, which he's not really a good point guard. He's a high volume shooter. I like Jimmy Butler. It's a sad story why I like him a little bit more in touch with him. In the sense of, how he got treated when he was growing up by his mother.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, they try to make him like as a superstar. Like, no, Jimmy, no.
I like Jimmy Butler.
You're not that player.
I like Jimmy Butler's mentality.
Yeah, his mentality is great.
That's the last time, not Milwaukee, but Minnesota actually went to the playoffs when Jimmy Butler was playing for them. That's what it was.
Yeah,
they need somebody tough. They need that toughness, that grittiness, that I don't give a what mentality.
Well, that's the exact same attitude that Patrick Beverly had.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, I do not believe that Golden State, they're going to face.
They're going to face Denver this Saturday, and it's going to be a 5-game sweep. If Steph Curry comes back, which I think he will, it's going to be a 5-game sweep.
But you're forgetting that they might actually bring back my guy from Kitchener in Canada. No, is he from Kitchener? No, he's not from Kitchener. He's from another city.
Murray?
Yeah, Jamal Murray. He might come back.
No.
Mississauga, that's where he's from. I've been there. It's nice. It's real nice. So he might come back, and who knows? He's going to get his butt, but it's going to take a while for him to get back.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Steph Curry always played majority of the season.
Yeah.
He's only been out since March 16th. That's just very recent. Jamal Murray had not started the season. And he was even there last year. So I don't know what's up with these guys that had these wicked long injuries.
No, it's not super long. It's just you want to make sure you're completely healthy before you come back, because you got so much money on the table that some of the coaches and staff will hold you back to make sure the injury is completely healed. It's just a technicality thing. If you have an investment, right? Let's say you are the owner of Brooklyn Nets, right?
Right.
Okay. You don't want your players coming back too early and re-aggravating injury, especially if you're paying them 30 to 40 million a year.
Right.
So I would hold them back if I was the owner, so that I don't lose my investment long term. Because we see what tragedy could occur with Kevin Durant when he got hurt.
Yeah. So, they rushed his ass. That was a stupid mistake.
Yeah.
But a lot of people's like, oh, I try to tell people he's gonna leave no matter what. Because Kevin Durant has a thin skin. He has a thin skin. I like to do it all, but like, damn, like, dude, sometimes you need to just get off of social media and work on your damn craft.
So,
you know,
I'm going to do a quick prediction, and it's based on what will happen, what could happen, and based on what I gather from these different teams that will be in the playoffs. I don't really believe that Charlotte is going to make it. No offense.
No, Atlanta Hawks is going to make it, but they're going to get out by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Oh no, I'm sorry, Cleveland's playing against Brooklyn Nets.
Yes, so you got Charlotte versus Atlanta. That's at 7 today. All right, and then you got San Antonio versus New Orleans, or as they call it, New Orleans. Shouts out to
that's gonna be a punching bag fest.
Yeah, I want my boy Willie to do his thing. You know, shouts out to him. I want him to win from the New Orleans Pelicans. He's a coach there, so I'm biased. So I'm gonna say,
what happened to Zion? Or then again, he's pulling too much weight.
Nah, he ain't playing. But at the end of the day, I want New Orleans to win that. But you never know. San Antonio might win that. So I'm going to go for New Orleans versus Charlotte, man. But I just don't believe that on the East that the Charlotte Hornets have enough to actually beat the Atlanta Hawks. I just don't.
No, they don't.
Just can't buy it. And I also don't believe that the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to hold that 8th spot. I just don't.
No, it's not. They're going to get wiped out by the Nets. Oh, wait a minute, they always play them. But that's for the play-in tournament? That game? Yeah. Or all right, so they already got, they got spanked. They got to win just to lock down the position and then be on the standby.
Yeah, usually the 7 faces the 8 and the 8 versus the 9 versus the 10. So they already got mollywopped by Brooklyn. So now they got to face whoever wins the 9-10. So that's going to be Charlotte and Atlanta. And that's going to be Atlanta. That's going to win that 9-10 joint. Then Atlanta's going to mollywop the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's going to be vicious. Trae Young going to go off. There's no way. I mean, there's no way they're going to win that game. I like Cleveland. Just not to visit, stay in, go to the airport, visit, food in. I like to pass. I like to pass through it.
Right.
I got a brother there, but I don't want to go to Cleveland. I tell him to come up here.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going there. There's just factories.
Oh, no. It became an industrial cesspit. It was always like that.
I mean, they had the Cavaliers. No, only thing I like about Cleveland, truthfully, is I like the Cleveland Indians because of the mascot. I used to have a bunch of T-shirts and hats with the Cleveland Indians on it. I think that's one of the dopest mascots in sports. So, if you're going to put money on the game, are you going to bet on the Hawks or the Hornets tonight?
I'll put money on the Hawks. They got more experience than the Hornets.
You know what that means, though, right?
What?
It means LaMelo Ball is not going to the playoffs yet again.
No, he's done. He's done for the season.
What he got hurt?
Yeah, he got hurt. He got injured too soon.
Dang.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, this is your first year at NBA. You already got injured already? Damn.
Hold up. They don't have him on the injury list tonight.
They're not?
Hold on, let me check.
I could have sworn they talking about how he got injured. I was like, what type of injury he got?
I'm gonna check to see the injury list, because if he's injured, then the Charlotte Hornets are.
Yeah, they're pretty much done.
I'm proud of him making the All-Star game, though. You know, I always thought he was the most talented of all those balls. Lonzo's hurt. I think you're getting confused with Lonzo with the Chicago Bulls.
Okay.
LaMelo is with the Hornets. He's still good.
Okay.
Yeah, Lonzo, man, why is he always getting fucking hurt, man?
Who?
Lonzo from the Chicago Bulls. Lonzo Ball.
Oh.
He got hurt.
Him and DeRozan are messed up.
But like,
what is it? You got Lonzo. I think DeRozan got hurt, if I'm not mistaken, and Caruso, sorry.
Yeah, Caruso, he's done.
Mm-hmm. And the Lakers messed up on that. They could have kept him.
Yep. So, nope, there's no injury report for LaMelo. He's good.
Golden Hayward's out.
Dang, Luke Williams is out? Okay. Damn, Luke. Yeah. Hopefully he gets back.
Yeah. John Collins.
He's out. Sean D. Who the hell is Sean D. Brown Jr.? I don't know who it is.
I don't know who that is. Probably some young rookie.
Damn, Gordon Hayward, stay hurt, man. Jeez.
Dude, ever since that freak accident that LeBron James did to him back in 2018, he's never been the same.
Yeah. And he had his coach from college over at Boston Celtics. Now he's the president or the GM of Boston Celtics. But
dude, it's not the coach's fault why the Celtics kept losing. I'll tell you that right now. That's the organization problem. And the reason why he took the GM position so he won't be fired. And the coach they got there is a figurehead because he's telling that current coach they have to do this and this with these combinations of guys. But they got to gel well together. Because for the long time, everybody kept saying around the league, you better don't trade both Jason Tatum and Brown. Why? They played very well when Kyrie Irving was there. But you know how Kyrie Irving is. He's a drama magnet. He never goes. You know, the only time Kyrie Irving ever got out of the East when he was under LeBron James' thumb.
Yeah.
These guys are celebrating and they might not even make it.
You remember what this reminds me of? That type of celebration. Yo, it reminded me of this is a long time ago, but it reminded me of a situation when it was the Utah Jazz and they were celebrating getting out the first round only get knocked out in the second round.
Yeah, 4-game sweep. I forgot who. God damn it.
I think that was Denver.
Denver. Yeah, Denver swept the hell out of them.
Yeah.
Got that dude that push him up and like get out.
Yo, I remember some funny times when teams would just be celebrating super hyped, talking about they're gonna win the playoffs, and I done heard it all before, man. Dudes, they love talking they trash. And they put the camera right on them. Right when they talking. Yo, we gonna win the championship. It's just like if I was playing for the Pistons, right? And I decided to run my mouth and start saying, we're gonna win the chip. We ain't gonna win no doggone chip for the Pistons for the next 10 years. That ain't happening.
Right.
I'm
last
realistic.
time the Pistons went to the finals is with Reggie Miller last year, or one of his last years in that team.
Last time we won was 05.
Yep, 05.
That was it. But
that was Reggie Miller's last attempt, and still lost.
Man, they respected Reggie. I hated him growing up. My God, that guy was annoying.
He could play ball.
Every single time, some idiot would leave him open at the last second.
Yep, and he was clutch.
Yeah. Everybody would say, man, where's Reggie at? Like, you be watching TV. This is when they had it on ABC and NBC and CBS.
Yeah.
I remember what was it? The NBC where they had the CBS had the pregame intros where they had like, epic pregame intros, and same with NBC with Bob Costas.
Right.
Yeah.
And they do like a mini documentary for like 30 to 40 minutes of prime time before the game starts. I'm like, damn, dude. Like,
and I would say every single time it'd be a close game. Reggie Miller, when he's playing the Pistons or the Knicks, I'm like, why are these idiots leaving this guy open? And then he hit that shot, man.
Yeah. My favorite part when he did to the Knicks, when he did that shot like 7 times.
Oh, yeah.
7 threes in under a minute. That has not been attempted since. And he got that crazy release.
Yeah. He talked his trash though, man. I had never got an opportunity to watch him play in person. That's something that I always wish I could have done. Because the Pistons, them bad boys were knocking him on his, knocking him on his ass every single game. I was too young to see the bad boys when they were really good.
Oh, I did.
I never got a chance to see. I saw a video on YouTube, and my uncle, he went to some games, and it was the Pontiac Silverdome. This is before they start playing in Auburn Hills.
Yes.
But man, were the bad boys really that bad? Because you seen them. I only seen like video of them.
Let me tell you something. Like the video highlights doesn't show. You gotta watch like a full game.
Okay.
To really get an idea how they were hard. The type of rules. This is why everybody talking about NBA soft today. Let me tell you something. You can't do what the bad boy Pistons did back in the days in today's game of basketball.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You couldn't do that the way how the Nets used to play back in the day. You never gonna have an Eastern Conference, say, team that will win 6 championships in a row. That's not gonna happen no more. It's difficult to get a back-to-back, let alone a three-peat. Like the type of physical contact they did back in the day was considered illegal. It got to the point fans complained and wrote letters to Stern. And it's not just American fans. There was fans around the world that watch NBA basketball. And they would complain. They're like, yo, this is too dangerous. They don't even do this to the leagues in Dominican Republic. They don't do this to the leagues in Europe. They don't do this to... Australia was as close as violent with basketball as the United States at the time. And even the Australian fan base complained to the NBA. And so it's like, that's all how ironic. How hypocritical you are. He said, no, you understand, our organization started to make changes. We have to compete with the European leagues that tour over here.
I can't believe they wrote letters.
They wrote letters.
I can imagine how some of those letters were.
Yep. Not to mention, dude, you didn't see triple digit wins like that. You didn't see, like, you would see a score of, say, at worst, 98 and 78. That was it.
It was a more defensive error.
Right.
But at the end of the day, can you imagine some of the letters they had been written? Just think of it. You had somebody writing from New York to David Stern. yo, son, fuck the Pistons, fuck the Bad Boys. P.S. Fuck Isaiah Thomas. Have a good day.
Right.
He had like 100 of them letters from New York.
Yep.
Said, hey, if I get one more letter from these New York fans about the Pistons, I swear I'm gonna do something.
Dude, Isaiah Thomas was like real nice at his time. He was like one of the last small guards that could win the championship.
Yeah.
What ruined him was injuries. His knees gave up.
Yeah.
His knees. If it wasn't for him having bad knees, oh my goodness, he would have had 3-peat. He would have been the first 3-peat small guard in the NBA history.
Man, what do you think about that Winning Time show on for the Lakers?
I want to see it because there's a documentary on top of it. I think that should be on by now.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson and the LA Lakers, and kind of similar to The Last Dance.
Yeah.
But with Magic Johnson, I think Bird in there, a lot of people from that era in there. I hope they continue doing series like that because people don't know what it's like. I told people, I grew up watching Magic. Now, I was a baby when Magic came to the NBA and won the championship. I was 1 year old. He was just turning 20 years old.
I never saw Magic play. Ever.
Okay. Oh, he was nice. He was nice.
I seen highlights, and I've seen a few
big ass point guard, 6'9", 240-pound point guard.
So that's why when I watch Winning Time, I was like, it could be a little bit, but I seen every episode, and I can see why Magic didn't like it because it does show a negative representation of him.
But that's who he was at the time, dude. I keep telling people yo, you get mad and you try to sugarcoat it now, 44 years later. Cut it out, dude. People, this is why I hate when people try to do this revisionist history, especially the people that live it. They want to sugarcoat every little damn thing. If I was a celebrity, people gonna know the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah.
Deal with it. People gonna know the good, the bad, the ugly. Magic Johnson was a horn dog. He got high all the damn time. He was an arrogant cunt. Okay. Him and Kareem were very arrogant towards each other at the time.
They don't really show too much of that dynamic. All they do is show the womanizing. That's what they.
Well, Magic Johnson was known for that.
Yeah.
Just like any athlete.
Mm-hmm.
That's common. People get mad about that. We get mad about, dude, how the hell do you think you got with your wife? She wanted that womanizing version of you. She knew who you were.
Yeah. That's all they showed that was pretty bad. Because, they have his wife in there, but they're not married. They're just dating, and they're, high school and college sweetheart. So that's one aspect that I think he doesn't like about it. Everything else I think he's okay with. But that one aspect I think he's not cool with.
But she told the truth, and when you watch it, from what I heard about the documentary prior to that show coming out, everything was on the line right then and there. And all of a sudden now you don't like it. They just took what they got from the documentary and talked to the existing people that's still alive, obviously. And, I take it they probably showed Klay Thompson's dad, Michael Thompson, over there because he helped them win a couple of championships.
I don't know if they show us that because that's in 1980. That's when it's.
Oh yes, that's right.
His Michael Thompson was playing it.
No, not at that point. He didn't came yet. He didn't came until I think 83, maybe 83 or 84. I'm not sure. Because I know there's a battle between him and Bird. They better show that. They
haven't showed that yet. Right now, they're just in the beginning part of the season. So they haven't actually got to that point yet. So it's just the coach crashed his bike and hit his head, went to a coma. And now they actually have the new coach. That's
Pat Riley.
No, not Pat Riley. The guy before Pat Riley came. So
you know who got rid of him, right? Johnson. Max Johnson, I didn't want him. He wanted Pat Riley. And then Pat Riley says, okay, we got a Pat Riley system. We're going to do it my way. Man. But man, I'm going to have to head out right now because I'm about to go to work.
All right.
I'll try to catch up with you later on this week.
All right, bro.
All
I'm about to do another drop in a second. So keep your head up, man. Stay safe, man.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Peace, bro.